On this week's episode of SHS Today, we have a very special show that covers the Cerebral Palsey swagger, a spooky tale of ghost stories in our area, all this and more on another episode of SHS Today.
Hi, what's going on, Celine? I'm Connor Carlson.
And I'm Ben Johnson. Welcome back to another episode of SHS Today.
Let's get going. On April 21st, SHS Today, along with Hornet Nation, went to Lansing for the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association Spring Conference and won an astonishing 23 awards. Both shows also won the association's highest honor, the Spartan Award. Good job, everyone.
As you may have heard, Bedford student Hunter Gandy embarked on an amazing journey to walk a total of 111 miles from Bedford to Lansing, all to raise awareness for a special cause.
And after this, we'll be joined by a very special guest. We go to Sam to tell us the story.
Last Friday, Bedford student Hunter Gandy and his brother Braden embarked on their 110-mile journey to Lansing to raise awareness for cerebral palsy. We were there to give you an inside look.
So this is the Cerebral Palsey Swagger Walk, led by Hunter Gandy, who's a student at Bedford, and Hunter's younger brother, Braden, has cerebral palsy. And so this is now the third year that Hunter has walked to raise awareness for cerebral palsy.
Hunter Gandy reached out to us back in, I think, January when he was planning when his walk was going to be, to try to get acceptance to be able to come and make Saline High School a landing space for them, and of course we accepted that.
It's outstanding to see the support inside of Saline area schools. We do have the largest peer-to-peer programs in the state, and it's something we're pretty proud of. So, yeah. The Respect campaign is going to be something that we've done for the past 4 years now. We've written a grant through Project Unify and Special Olympics, which allows us the ability to continue our peer-to-peer programming, as well as put on this campaign for the district. Up next, we have an Army-Navy wheelchair basketball game that's going to be in our gymnasium starting at 9:30 a.m., so we're excited about that.
Hunter and Braden finally reached Lansing after 6 long days, capping off their final cerebral palsy swagger. Congratulations on all that you've accomplished. I'm Sam Slauson, back to you in the studio.
Since 2013, Hunter and Braden's journeys have come to a total of 208 astonishing miles. This is truly an inspirational piece that will forever hold a legacy. And now, I'd like to introduce a very special guest to the show, freshman Zach Plisko.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Last month, Zach won a chance to guest anchor with us at SHS Today in the silent auction. Tell me a little bit about it, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, so I found out about the silent auction, and I decided, why not take a look about the kind of items they had. And I saw that they had like a guest anchor job on both shows of Hornet Nation and SHS Today. I was like, why not toss $10 on each? And luckily I won SHS Today, so it's good to be here.
It's cool to hear. How long have you wanted to do this?
I've been interested in anchoring for a good amount of time. It's something that's really caught my eye and pretty good.
So how does it feel to be on the show?
Oh, it's really good feeling just being here on the show as a guest anchor. I love it. It's awesome.
Alrighty, well how about you lead us in with a couple of segments.
This is an important reminder to the class of 2016 that the Senior Grammy Night will take place on May 18th in the auditorium at 7 p.m. Keep in mind that this event will be held only for the class of 2016. Ever had something happen that you couldn't quite explain? Perhaps this next story could shed some light as Taylor Nunley explores some paranormal activity.
Ghosts. The topic is a controversial one. Are they or aren't they real? Well, we here at SHS Today spoke with 2 teachers, Mrs. Goronsky and Mrs. Koppelman, about their paranormal experiences.
So a friend and I had heard that there was this haunted house outside of town. So we drove out there one day and it looked totally abandoned, as if it had been abandoned for decades. So we get out of the car and we're walking on the road towards the entrance and we realize there's no sunlight going into the house. The windows are dark, sunlight should be shining in there. So as we're walking and we get maybe 20 yards from the house, and in that moment, this gust of wind came out of nowhere. It's this horrible rotted smell like roadkill. And And as soon as it came up, it was gone. I won't say that we ran, but we moved very quickly back to our car and we took off.
I was on a vacation in Charleston, South Carolina with some other teachers on staff. We did a walking ghost tour of Charleston and it was late at night. It's 10:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night, and we're walking to different locations around Charleston. The last location that we ended up was in a cemetery that was next to an old church. So we're in a group and there's maybe 10 of us or so. I distinctly remember feeling the pressure of someone's hand on my shoulder. And so I turned to Mrs. Goronsky, who was standing next to me, and I asked her if she had just touched my shoulder or tapped my shoulder, and she said no. And I said, okay. And then I kind of started looking around again, and I did not see anyone. There was nobody else standing around me, and it was on my left shoulder, and it was very distinctly a hand touching my shoulder and giving pressure to my shoulder.
I'm Taylor Nunley, back to you in the studio.
Whew, I'm getting chills just thinking about that. Thanks, Taylor, for giving us an experience in the supernatural.
Well, that's all the time we have this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Connor Carlson.
I'm Ben Johnson.
And I'm Zach Plisko. Tune in next week for an interview with the newly appointed SHS principal, Mr. David Raft, a Dexter senior survivor story, and the yearly disease of senioritis.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at SHS Today. Have a great weekend, Hornets.